Well, the first two episodes of Star Wars The Acolyte are now live and out in the wild on Disney+, and the reactions are mixed to say the least. But I think the most concerning element is the fact that apparently Episode 3 is going to absolutely shatter the Star Wars universe. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Now, it's been a very weird week for Disney. I keep saying that, and honestly, I just feel like things are never going to get back to normal for Disney, where it's all about making money and putting smiles on children's faces and making memories for families. That just doesn't seem to be the way things are anymore. And one of these things that kind of encapsulates this issue that Disney has, where they're spending money chasing audiences that don't exist, trying to fix things that were never problems, is this entire thing where they've swapped Splash Mountain for Tiana's Bayou Adventure over at the parks. And again, I went to Disneyland as a kid, and Splash Mountain was never like my favorite ride, but it was a memorable ride. Just the characters and the experience alone was definitely a big deal for me. Unfortunately now, they decided, well, we need to give the Black Princess her own ride, so instead of create a brand new ride for her, they just decided to say, well, you know, Splash Mountain's racist and outdated, let's make it Tiana's Bayou Adventure. To which it has been met with overwhelming negative comments, as well as just a general... The long and the short of it is this ride is in the process of being prepped for, launch day in a week or two. And even like the crew member behind the scenes looks where they put all the cast members on the ride and they run it through just once or twice, it keeps breaking down. The damn thing, nothing's working right. They've had to drain the water out of it. It's just a mess. And unfortunately for these people, it just doesn't seem to be going the way they want it to. There's been a lot of concern about the way it looks, the fact that it's just kind of drab and it's just boring. Honestly, that just is definitely par for the course with Disney right now. Next issue that Disney's facing is The Acolyte, the new Star Wars TV show that just came out today. Now, ironically enough, Rolling Stone, who tends to be one of the shills out there for Disney and for Hollywood, and they're going to do whatever the companies tell them to do. You know, these guys, the thing about the access media and corporations like Disney, they're all in bed together. So they all know each other, all the mucky mucks, they're a phone call away. The Rolling Stone put out this article this morning saying that Acolyte, this Star Wars prequel series, isn't a force to be reckoned with, and then immediately pulled it for about 4 hours. And of course, the little subtitle here says, even a veteran Jedi Master would lose patience with the Disney Plus addition to the canon, which focuses on a pair of twins, Revenge and Z's, just like it fell asleep, right? Again, this is one of these situations where people are going to lie as much as they have to try to boost this show up, because they know that it's going to get destroyed by the fans once it's out there in the wild, which it is starting to be right now. So you can see right here, the average tomato meter for the critics says 88%, and for the average audience score, 52%. Now again, if you look at top critics, it goes down to 70% a little bit. All critics is what puts it at 88%. So clearly not doing as well with the audience as it is with the critics, which tends to be the way things go. That doesn't stop Star Wars and the Disney Plus account on Twitter trying to boost this up as much as possible, try to act like it's something positive and amazing. They say, the Star Wars account here on Twitter says, experience the show critics are calling riveting. The 2-episode premiere of The Acolyte is now streaming only on Disney+. Now, of course, riveting is from Salon being a far left, from what I can believe, I understand of him, like a socialist website. So, of course, they're going to be into the identity politics of the show, the LGBT agenda put into the show, the straight white males being the villains on the show. It's just, that's par for the course with them. So I said you're taking it out of context. The entire quote was not quite as riveting as a long-awaited bowel movement, and I think that's much more accurate, to be fair. I am not sure that I'm going to watch this show. I'd have to sign back up for Disney Plus or find some other way of watching it, and I don't know that I care that much to actually spend the time. You can see the Acolyte trailer, though. When it first launched, when it was first put on YouTube, it already got downvoted to hell, and the ratio right now is 76,000 upvotes to 196,000 downvotes, and this Chrome extension does not accurately track downvotes. The downvotes are probably twice as many as this, so we're probably looking at a 5-to-1 dislike to like ratio. Now we're seeing Leslie Headland, the personal assistant to Harvey Weinstein, saying that apparently this is the gayest Star Wars ever. And this article from Bounding Into Comics is talking about these little interviews she's done. And we're just going to watch the little minute clip for yourself right here. So enjoy this little minute of cringe.
I want to ask you both because this is, I would say, arguably the gayest Star Wars, I think, by a considerable margin. And are you excited about that? Are you
Not
bracing
the gayest
yourself?
Star Wars. Not the...
It's pretty gay, let's be honest. Leslie, how do you feel?
Am I gay?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, no, I know
Yeah.
you are gay, but I'm asking, are you excited about putting this, this is going to be a talking point.
Is it going to be a talking point?
I'm sure so.
Because nerds are gay.
Well,
Yeah.
some nerds are very not gay and are very threatened by gay
Well, that's
stuff.
true. But
Yeah.
in my world, nerds are gay.
Okay. Was this the fun element of...
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. And yet people have told me that it's the gayest Star Wars, and I frankly...
You're offended?
Into it. No.
I think that Star Wars is so gay already.
Okay.
I mean, have you seen the fits? We'd be like, look how gay this is, and then send each other a reference photo.
And are you telling me, with a straight face, that C-3PO is straight?
They're a couple. That's what I think. But this is more outward.
I think it's canon that R2-D2 is a lesbian.
Oh,
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Ask Filoni. Okay.
So this is the extent of the conversations we're going to get from Leslie Headland and the crew members about Star Wars and C-3PO and R2-D2, is whether or not R2 and C-3PO are a gay couple, right? That's just the extent of this. And now, of course, Script Trooper points out that Lucasfilm hires based on merit, so no need to worry, no nepotism at all. And of course, you have here Leslie Headland's partner playing this green alien person Jedi, the they-them-looking person with the lightsaber whip that everyone has so infamously roasted online. Nerdrotic, I'm going to have to mute this clip right here, pointing out that apparently there's fire in space, according to this 19-second clip. And yes, that is Amandla, what's-her-face, the star of the Acolyte in one of her 2 roles that she plays, trying to put out a fire on a spaceship in space. So, just let that sink in for a second. Obviously, anybody with half a brain would know there's no oxygen in space, there's no way a fire can burn. But this is not even the worst of the offenses that this show has committed. Now from that Park Place, we're seeing that film threat publisher Chris Gore warns Star Wars The Acolyte will completely lose everyone at Episode 3, featuring lesbians birthing twins. Now, as a fan of the extended universe that grew up reading all the books, I am already irritated to no end that Dave Filoni has used the Witches of Dathomir, that he has used Thrawn, that he has incorporated the extended universe characters into his creations that are just a bastardized version of Star Wars anyways. Dave Filoni is not the guy everyone thought he was. And I'm saying this as somebody who didn't watch Clone Wars. But what we're seeing now is this weird witch coven apparently full of lesbians. And the long and the short of it, if you don't want spoilers, then stop watching now. The long and the short of it is essentially the twin characters that this main actress is playing are from a lesbian coven, born from like a lesbian witch, to which there was no father. And I'm getting the idea that this is once again the Anakin created by the Force thing, which I was not even a fan of. Look, I'm not a fan of the prequels, okay? I grew up watching the original movies. The prequels, I hated it when they first came out. But now what you're going to see here is the Force apparently is going to take on the persona of a female person. Like there's going to be a female physical representation of the Force, as well as this witch coven full of lesbians, to which the twins were born to one of these 2 mothers. So I don't even know what to call this show at this point. People who are being generous are saying, look, the first 2 episodes may not be the worst thing I've ever seen, but even at their best, they don't feel like Star Wars. They just feel like generic space opera, sci-fi, whatever. Honestly, I don't know that I'd be able to sit through this. Some of the worst things I've ever had to sit through, like She-Hulk, I got through half of Willow. I sat through the entire book of Boba Fett. I have no idea how I got through that. This just seems worse. I don't know if I could do it. But let me know what you guys think. Are you watching this show? Does anybody even care anymore? And I know Star Wars is at an all-time low for as far as like fan interaction and the appeal, because this franchise has been so like bloodied and beaten and bastardized at this point that it's not even anything close to where it started. But make sure you check out my website, minimaleffort.shop. I've got merch, I've got news, I'm getting my videos synced on there as well, so you can check everything out also on one website. Makes it super easy for you. Thanks for being here, guys, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, and if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for being here. I do have 2 channels, Minimal Effort Podcast, as well as my gaming channel. I do have a Twitch and Kickforma gaming channel. We do live streams over there occasionally, maybe once a week. And then if you are in the market for a new PC, make sure to check out Meta PCs. Click the link I have down below. Use code TBO at checkout for a special discount. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.